Four sets of B&B owners have stayed in each other's places.
I'm glad that didn't take my wig off.
And judged one another.
So how much research did you do?
No research whatsoever.
Showed up on the day to open up.
I think they have been a little naive.
Today, with all the visits over,
Would prefer solutions, not excuses.
A bit naughty, really. I'll get you after.
the payments,
It wasn't worth arguing about. They were never going to.
I don't get it.
and the winner are revealed.
How can we score it any different when we didn't even see you?
With four in a bed, did anyone get a good night's sleep?
Watch this space.
It's the final day of the competition to be named Best Value B&B of the Week. The rival owners are meeting for the last time to find out what they've been paid and to settle some scores.
Shall we get started?
Kicking things off are Margaret Lofthouse and Janet Sutton.
OK.
They hosted first at the Avenue at Brock Hall in Blackburn.
Hello, welcome to the Avenue Hotel.
On arrival, Mary and Graham seemed impressed with their room.
It's nice and light, isn't it?
Yeah.
Light and airy.
And Kathy and Gabby found everything squeaky clean.
Absolutely clean. No hairs.
But Liz and Colin lifted the lid on an added extra in their room.
Oh,
That's not really what I think it is it?
I don't know, but I'm not going to put my hand in and check.
How could they have missed that?
The next morning, Mary and Graham felt their sleepless night fell on deaf ears.
We didn't sleep so well, just with the traffic noise.
All right. So was there a lot?
Yeah, all night. And there was a lawnmower about 8 o'clock this morning right in front of us.
Well, we do like to look after our gardens round here, you see.
It isn't anything that they can do anything about apart from the gardener.
When it came to the full English,
They look very nice.
It does look very nice.
Mary and Graham were lacking some loaf.
Do you have any granary toast or anything?
We don't, I'm afraid.
Come feedback, her business advice bombed with Janet and Margaret.
Consider being able to offer solutions, not excuses. What's that about?
I'd like to speak to Mary and to Graham and see just why they felt that.
Now they're face to face, Janet and Margaret want to get to the bottom of a discovery in Liz and Colin's bathroom.
There was something brown and strange in the loo, which went when flushed away.
Yeah, sorry.
It was really strange, and I was thinking, is it a fly or a spider? But it wasn't.
No.
It should never have happened, but it has. And you can only laugh along with them, really.
I didn't want to stick my head down and get too close.
We really do appreciate that you didn't lock us down too much.
Totally beyond your control, I think. I mean, it's something...
Just one of these
We're
things that happen.
mortified, really.
For some people, it would have been more than a small issue.
All I can say is for Janet and Margaret, thank God it happened to us.
Next, there's one comment from Mary Janet and Margaret find inexcusable.
Consider being able to offer solutions, not excuses. We didn't really understand that. I read it about 4 times and we didn't sort of get what that meant.
One of the things that was a big problem to us, that your gardener was mowing the lawns right underneath our window well before 8 o'clock in the morning. Instead of saying, we'll do something about it, which would have been a solution, your reaction was, well, we do like to keep our gardens tidy. Yeah.
Could I just say that the gardening, it isn't really anything we have on any control
That's
over.
fine,
But
that's fine.
I understand what he's saying.
I'm glad that Janet and Margaret were able to see that the solutions, not excuses, wasn't relating to what they thought it was.
On reflection, we can see what they was talking about.
I'm still a little bit annoyed about that. And OK, I did listen to them, but I personally don't agree with them. So, I'll let you do the honours, Margaret.
Now Janet and Margaret can see how they fared in the payments. Starting with Kathy and Gabby and their £74.50 room.
60, 70, 450.
Brilliant.
So you've paid full amount.
Very happy to pay the full rate. We thought it was well worth it. It was great value. We had a lovely stay and we'd love to come again.
Next up, it's Liz and Colin's room, which also costs £74.50.
60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50.
We put 20 quid too much in.
This is why I had to do accounts.
We thought it was amazing value.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it.
Oh, brilliant.
Thank you.
Really good.
Liz and Colin paid us full price. We're absolutely thrilled to bits.
It's really good. Really good.
And finally, it's Mary and Graham's room, again with a price tag of £74.50.
60, 70. So we have an underpayment of £4.50. So would you like to?
I think just for the reasons that we've said, we did have a poor night's sleep.
Personally, I think that the slight underpayment is fair for the comments that you've made.
The only issue that we really marked them down for was the night's sleep, and we didn't feel that it was fair to take any more than that off because the rest of everything else was fine.
When they only gave us a slight reduction in payment,
It was a bit of a shock.
I was shocked. But they must have looked that we were still value for money.
Yeah.
So with both Kathy and Gabby from 142 and Liz and Colin from the Callercliff paying in full and Mary and Graham from Llama's Pajamas B&B underpaying by £4.50, the Avenue at Brockhall finishes with 98% of their total bill. Next under the spotlight are Mary and Graham Walker.
OK, we're ready for the feedback then.
Yep.
On arrival at Llama's Pajamas in Cumbria, everyone warmed to their themed rooms.
I'm taken aback
I
by
love
it
that
all.
chair. I love everything.
Look at this, look at these little pots. Do you think they've gone to Llama Land to get them? And they're gorgeous.
But for Janet and Margaret, things were wearing thin.
The mattresses, look at it. It's not very thick. It's definitely a child's bed, that.
Yeah.
And some guests didn't sleep like babies.
But when I woke up at 6:30, I couldn't get back to sleep because of the traffic noise.
The sound of the lorries going by. You're just lying there waiting for the next one to come along.
At breakfast, Mary and Graham's bread didn't rise to the occasion.
The granary toast is due to be delivered any minute. We get everything in from a baker's fresh in the morning.
Now, I must admit, I was quite pleased that she didn't have any granary bread. Yes!
Come feedback, Mary's remarks after Janet and Margaret's visit came back to haunt her.
No granary toast. Would prefer solutions, not excuses.
That was just a bit of a tit for tat. They used our words as a weapon against us, quite unfoundedly, really.
Firstly, Mary and Graham want to tackle Kathy and Gabby on their restless night.
So how did you sleep at Llama's Pajamas B&B? We scored a 3 for that, which is a low score.
The drone of the lorries made sleep impossible. You can't do anything about it.
No, we could provide earplugs.
And then you wouldn't have heard anything.
Mary and Graham's place was so different and a unique experience.
The trouble is, you can't hide that road,
No.
whatever.
We fully expected going into this that the major drawback is the proximity to the road. Most of our customers would consider it a minor problem. If they're viewing it purely on a B&B basis, it will be a major one.
Next, Mary and Graham want to set the record straight on Janet and Margaret's comments.
Of course, no granary toast. Would prefer solutions, not excuses. And
Yeah, we thought that was a bit naughty, really.
It was a bit. We apologise for that.
Fair enough. I mean, it was an excuse, but we do normally have it. But we just thought it was a bit naughty, and we just thought that's...
It was really.
Yeah.
It was. We accept that. Yeah.
I'll get you after.
I think it's human nature to want to maybe get a bit of payback.
Which
In
perhaps-
retrospect, I wish we hadn't done now. It wasn't very nice.
There we go.
Now Llama's Pajamas can see if their guests have put their money where their mouth is. Kicking off is Liz and Colin's £80 room.
60. £80. That's very good. Thank you very much. I'm really glad that you enjoyed your stay.
Really unusual to go to a Llama. It's the last thing we expected, I think. But,
Next, it's Gabby and Kathy's £130 room.
100, 110, 115. So that's £15 less than our normal asking price.
I possibly might have paid less because of such a bad sleep, but the Llamas made up for some of my lack of sleep.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Considering the comments on the feedback form about the noise and the road and the traffic, I was probably expecting around about 100 from them, so I was pleasantly surprised.
yeah.
And the final bill to be settled is Margaret and Janet's £80 room.
20, 40, 60.
That's a £20 underpayment.
That's quite a significant drop at making it £30 per person per night.
Yeah, well, it was all due to the noise. I didn't sleep at all, really.
Right.
The bed situation, I wouldn't recommend a double bed and a day bed.
No, we can appreciate that, yep.
We'll take comments on board.
Right. I was very disappointed, considering it was the very following day since they'd received the scores from us. I'm pretty sure that that had a bearing on the fact that they knocked it down so much.
On reflection, I feel a little bit bad. We perhaps should have given them a little bit more.
With the Callercliff paying in full, 142 underpaying by £15 and the Avenue underpaying by £20, Llama's Pajamas receives 88% of its total bill.
2 down, 2 to go. I think we're next.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to it, really. How we'll react to the criticism, I'm not sure.
Watch this space.
It's the final day of the competition to be named Best Value B&B of the Week. 2 sets of owners have already found out what they've been paid.
OK, let's see what you've all said about us then.
Next to face the music are B&B newbies Liz Hall and Colin Eady.
You ready?
Let's go.
When the competition came to the Callercliff,
Here we go.
Very nice.
Isn't that lovely?
everyone was dazzled by their surroundings.
Oh my word, look at this view.
This is a view from every window.
You can see the beach down there, that's nice, isn't it?
In their room, Janet and Margaret were trying to get a handle on their facilities.
I was trying to wash my hair and it was cold, so I turned it right up and then it started to burn, so then I had to turn it back down again. Then it was cold, so I turned it back up again. And I wasn't in there that long.
And Mary was blowing a fuse about her room appliances.
The PAT test went out of date nearly 5 months ago. What we've really done is highlighted the sort of flaws that we've encountered and given them some positive steps, in our opinion, as to how they could improve it.
On checkout, while some loved their stay,
Would you stay here again?
Most definitely.
You'd love to come back?
Mary's feedback left Liz and Colin in a state of shock.
And we've got a 5. General out-of-date PAT testing. No, we're definitely going to pick up on Mary and Graham. It should never have been marked that low. It's ridiculous.
Now they're face to face, Liz and Colin want to tap into a problem raised by Janet and Margaret.
The shower temperature not consistent.
Margaret had a shower and it was going hot and cold. Yeah. And then in the morning, mine was going hot and cold.
So maybe the shower might be on its way out or something.
Yeah,
You never
possibly.
know. But I would like to upgrade the bathrooms, to be perfectly truthful. It's a shame they've marked us down for that because it's not a problem that we were aware of.
Next, Liz and Colin want to unplug an issue in Mary and Graham's feedback.
So how were the facilities of the Callicliff? Well, 5. General out-of-date PAT testing. We've checked the regulations. The regulations do not specify what needs to be done, by whom or how frequently. We are going to go through everything, to be honest, but it isn't a legal requirement. Can I ask, is all yours PAT tested?
Yes.
Because I never saw a sticker on yours.
Yes, because all the things that are in the room are all new, and you only need to PAT test after something becomes 12 months old.
I do think Mary does like the sound of her own voice, and she doesn't like anybody to challenge her opinion.
The fact that they haven't been prepared to take constructive, valid criticism, I think the whole thing and the way that they've acted has been churlish and unprofessional.
Now it's crunch time for Liz and Colin as they find out how much they've been paid, starting with Kathy and Gabby's £100 room.
60, 80, 100. So you paid us a full rate.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
We loved our stay. It's a lovely room, lovely view, and you're lovely people.
Thank you.
Next, it's Janet and Margaret's turn with their room also priced at £100.
80, 90, 95.
OK, so we're £5 short. Any reasons why?
Purely because of the shower.
I just wish you'd have told us, actually, so we could have had a look at it.
We were a bit disappointed to be underpaid because we were in a beautiful room with incredible views.
Liz didn't seem too happy at getting an underpayment, but how can you give negative feedback, i.e. the shower not being hot, then say, I'm going to pay you the full price?
Finally, it's Mary and Graham's £90 room.
60, 70, 75.
So an underpayment of £15. Could you explain that?
Everything else was brilliant. The room view was lovely, but I definitely wouldn't choose to stay in that room with those facilities.
OK.
There was a lot of issues with the room that they hadn't attended to.
I think an underpayment of £15 is a bit harsh, to be honest.
Considering ours is £80 a night with the facilities of that room.
But you haven't got any more facilities than we have.
And you certainly don't have the sea view that we've got.
No, but we have a fantastic country view, which, you know, you've got a lot of people
Beyond
don't like.
The A66.
No, to be fair, if you look out, and I'm sure, you know...
Stick your fingers in your ears.
Yeah, I think it's getting a bit personal now.
Mary and Graham were playing a game. They realised that we were competition, and so I think they charged accordingly.
We've been asked to be honest about the rooms that we've been given, and that is all we've done. Every one of the observations have been to help the actual B&B owners.
So, with 142 paying on the nose, the Avenue underpaying by £5 and Llama's Pajamas also underpaying by £15, the Callicliff received 93% of their total bill. Last to compete for this week's title are Kathy Lawrence and best friend Gabby Mottershead.
Shall we have a look at the comments?
Yes.
On arrival at 142 B&B, the DIY check-in didn't do it for Margaret and Janet.
Oh no, that's no good start, is it?
Whilst others weren't feeling the love for the room rate.
Total £230. She wasn't there to give you the key, to give you any explanations, to greet you, nothing. And to me, I just think that's really rude.
The next morning, Kathy did her rounds with the breakfast hampers.
That's nice.
Kathy's idea of leaving you to your own devices, I think, works. Yeah, it's a romantic setting, and at the end of the day, you're just there to be together on your own.
At feedback, while some cherished their stay at Cupid Kathy's,
So we're going to go for 10.
others found it a bit of a turn-off.
For me, the hosting's a 2.
To get a 2 for hosting is just, to me, a ridiculous score, and I'd like to ask what it was based on.
First, Kathy and Gabby want to enjoy the mushy remarks made by Liz and Colin.
And how were your hosts at 142 B&B? And we've got a 10.
It was nice to have the time together, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
My guests come to find themselves.
And have a bit of rumpy pumpy.
That is lovely. You got it. You understand. I was flabbergasted to receive a 10. They obviously got what I do at 142.
Next, Kathy and Gabby want to talk hosting with Mary and Graham.
And we got a 2 from Mary and Graham. No personal interaction. Romantic package, question mark, question mark. Don't know if you want to say anything about that.
Would you like to say something?
I really didn't get the...
I think that's obvious.
Yeah.
You didn't get it.
Kathy was actually laughing in a sarcastic way, and that is a bit insulting, really. The question there is, how were your horse? Yeah, how can we score it any different when we didn't even see you?
142 is for couples with romance in their lives. You haven't got romance.
That's
in
not
your...
fair to say that. That is...
Well, you don't see it.
I think it's a bit rich for you to say we haven't got romance in our life just because we didn't like your place.
The comment that Kathy made to Graham and Mary was perhaps a bit tough.
She doesn't know us, she doesn't know what we like, she doesn't know what we would do for each other.
It all came down to basically they didn't like 142's self-catering agenda.
Went straight over her head.
Now Kathy and Gabby can see if their visit has scored in the payments.
And the first one?
Starting with Liz and Colin and their £230 room, including the romantic break supplement.
230. Oh, I'm touched. I really am touched.
We really
You know,
appreciate
that
it.
is so...
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I think Kathy deserved every single penny.
Romance isn't cheap.
Up next are Janet and Margaret. Their room rate was also £230.
60, 80, 190.
That's an underpayment of £40.
We wanted to say to you that really the concept of it all was wasted on a couple as we are. Okay.
I'm very grateful for that payment.
The final state of play now depends on what Mary and Graham paid for their £230 room.
60, 80, 100.
That's £130 shy of the asking price.
We can only look at what's value for money, and I would not choose to go and stay on a main road in a ground floor apartment and pay more than £100 a night for self-catering.
It's what we've expected all along. All we've heard is criticism in some way or other.
No, not criticism, constructive feedback, which is what we've been asked to give, our opinion.
To pay 45% is an insult.
If anybody would do that to me, I would be absolutely devastated.
It wasn't worth arguing about. They were never going to
don't get it.
I was absolutely gobsmacked that other people were prepared to pay £230 and to pay £40 for a romantic package that consisted of a vase of flowers, a few petals on the bed and a CD. It's just not value for money at all.
So with the Callicliff paying on the nose, the Avenue underpaying by £40 and the Llama's Pajamas underpaying by £130, 142 finished with 75% of their total bill. With the competition over, it falls on Kathy and Gabby to reveal who will be named the best value B&B of the week.
The moment of truth. In fourth place, 142 B&B.
We haven't won, but we came here to be fair and to be honest and to be nice, and so I'm quite proud that we stuck to that.
In third place, Llama's Pajamas.
It wasn't about the winning really, it was about the participation, and we looked to improve our business as a result of the experience we've gone through.
This means the title will either go to the Callicliff or the Avenue.
I'm pleased to announce that it is the Avenue.
Well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You would like to have come first, but second's okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, well.
We just can't believe it. We're just in shock. We're so happy that we've won.
It is unbelievable because it was totally unexpected.